1/4 cup of water. Hey y'all, I'm Amy. Welcome back to Misty Farm. So today I am out here working on getting some pictures of a couple of the little boy piglets that are ready and looking for their new homes. And then I'm going to take y'all over to my garden beds and I'm going to show you how it's doing, what I've got growing, what has survived and what has not survived. And then we're going to go into the kitchen. We're going to make some gingerbread cookies. So let's go.
So Toby was on top of Peaches over there, but as soon as I walked over here, he stopped. Never lets me get anything on camera. As soon as I turn off the video, he gets right back on her.
Okay, well, I was trying to get some pictures, and Miss Goldie needs attention, and Toby needs attention, and Miss Luna needs attention, and Tob. Stop it. Oh my goodness. And this is my girl here that's staying. This is Ingrid. Ingrid is staying here. Toby, honey, he said, it's time to eat, Mom. Let's go in and have some food. And then I had bent down over there first. And so that's why Little Britches, Toby, you're shaking up my arms. Dude, so that's why Little Britches is over here. Because he's like, well, Mom, you moved, but I'm comfortable. And then... Toby! And then Spookly, can you see Spookly over there? Spookly is playing with Elmo. He loves the cats, it's so funny. Oh, sorry, Goldie, did I stop scratching your belly? Hey, sweetheart. Hey, sweetheart. She says, excuse me. Excuse me. Okay, y'all, so this is my bed of lettuce and Brussels sprouts. All right, I'm gonna show y'all. So the Brussels sprouts here, I mulched with cottonwood leaves because, first of all, y'all, everything you see here, that's all cottonwood. Okay, I have a lot of them, but they're large. See, some paint from the board I just took off. See how big they are compared to my hand? They're large leaves. So I don't like using the super large leaves, but I used them for here. Now my lettuce here, I'm gonna put this board right in my way. Okay, let's go around the board. All right, so my lettuce here, which you can kind of tell have the green, and then have this kind. I mulched these with oak leaves, which is what I prefer to use. I only have one oak tree here on the property, and it's not nearby. It's down my driveway a ways, so that's why I didn't bring a lot, but I went and got some. But anyway, my lettuce is doing great. I had 2 full rows here of this, but then my children like to eat it, and the top piece was on, and they could only reach that side. They couldn't reach this in the middle. So, you know, you tell them just to break it off carefully, but they pull it up sometimes, and that's okay. They're eating it. That's what it's for. So my lettuce is doing good. My Brussels sprouts are doing good. I've never grown Brussels sprouts before, so I'm pretty excited. This leaf was sticking out from underneath the cover of the chicken wire, so the chickens could get to that one. But those are doing good. Now over here on this side, I have my cabbage. So I haven't mulched this one yet, y'all. And this grass that grows in here, I have to turn you around again. So this grass that grows in here, it's growing up on my sides. I keep pulling out away from my cabbage plants, but it is, I can't get rid of it, y'all. I just can't get rid of it. So I'm gonna mulch, but it doesn't matter. It grows along. It's, how do I explain it? Let me see one. They have these long things, and then they just spread and they grow up underneath, and it roots from each of these joints. That's not clear, is it? And then it just spreads. Here's one. This is a good example. Okay, so try to do this here. This, each joint, as you can see, sprouts roots, and then it just crawls along the ground, gets longer and longer. And they're very hard to get rid of, and so that's what you see in my beds, is this kind of grass, which I'm sorry I don't know what it's called. I didn't look it up. It's just aggravating. So anyway, this hasn't been mulched yet, so this is why it looks a little puny. Now my spinach did not grow. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the kind that I got or what, but my spinach did not grow. So I'm going to show you this one. This is my half section of carrots. So this is where I have my carrots. Now, these are all the orange kind on this side. They came up. They're doing well. This other side is where I'd put my purple carrots. But unfortunately, after I took the boards off, which you saw how I did that, after I took the boards off and they were itty bitty and starting to grow, there was an area in this corner underneath the board, that thing that I put on top with the wire, that the cat was able to scoot under, and like it barely fit under the wire, but it just thought it was a good cool place to squeeze under and lay. So most of the purple carrots didn't make it, unfortunately. I think like those are my only 2 or 3 that made it over here. And then I've got some flowers growing here, and of course my plan was on this side to, succession sow my carrots, and I haven't got to that yet. I will eventually at some point. The plan is to use these beds for the fall and hopefully get them replaced by this next spring. No, ma'am. Get up. Hopefully, there was a cat jumping in it. Hopefully get them replaced by the spring, because they were pallets and they stood up for a couple of years, but now they're falling apart. Toby, are you ready to go in and eat? I hear you, Toby. Come on, Tobe. Okay, we are inside now, and I'm gonna start the gingerbread cookies. They're more of like a gingerbread crinkle cookie. We're not gonna actually form them into gingerbread men or anything. We're just gonna do the round gingerbread cookies with like a powdered sugar coating. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is I've got 3/4 cup of softened butter that I'm gonna put in my mixer. And then I've got a cup of packed brown sugar. And we're gonna let this mix for about 3 minutes. While this is mixing, we're gonna go to the table and we're gonna combine our dry ingredients. All right, y'all, we are going to mix 2.5 cups of flour. Two teaspoons of baking soda. 1 teaspoon of ground nutmeg. 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. And 1 teaspoon of ground ginger. Okay, we're going to combine this and take this over to our mixer. Okay, we've got our dry stuff here. I'm just going to scrape down the edges of the bowl real quick. And now we're going to mix in our molasses and an egg. Got a 1/4 cup of molasses. I feel like I have to yell because I feel like this is loud. It's probably not going to be that loud. Molasses. Okay, we're going to do 1 egg. Alright. Okay, we're going to mix this really good. Okay, we're going to scrape down again. Right for another second. Okay, then we're going to put it on the lowest setting. We're going to add our dry stuff a little at a time. When I say scrape it down, you know, I just mean like scrape the edges of the bowl to pull it all into the center. I'm a messy baker, y'all. Now, you have to let it chill for an hour or 2. So, I'm going to transfer this into this bowl that had the dry flour in it because I need this mixing bowl because I'm going to be making some breadsticks to go with supper. I need to get those started. So I need my mixer bowl for that. So we have the dough We're gonna cover it, put it in the fridge for an hour or two, and then we'll be back. Actually, do you want to see how I make breadsticks? I can show you how I make my breadsticks real quick. Blah, 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 blah. I can show you how I make my breadsticks real quick. You want to see that too? Okay, let's cover this, and then we'll make the breadsticks, get those set to rise, and then we'll come back and we'll roll our cookies. Let's do that. Okay, y'all, so my table's too low for me to be able to show you what I'm doing and see my face. So you're just gonna have to listen to me. But anyway, okay, so the first thing that I'm gonna do here is I have a 1/4 cup of warm water, and I'm going to mix in, this is not my open one, hang on. Okay, we're going to do a 1.25 teaspoons of dry active yeast. Did I say 1.25 teaspoons? 2.25 teaspoons. Okay, 2.25 teaspoons to a 1/4 cup of water. We're gonna mix that in here, like so. Okay. And that is gonna just sit here a minute and it's gonna bloom. Okay, now in a mixing bowl, I have 1 cup of warm water, and I'm going to be adding 4.5 cups of flour. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just add it right in there with the water. And then I'm going to be adding, let's go ahead and add the butter. 2 tablespoons of melted butter. And I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of sugar. And I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon salt. Okay. We're gonna mix that together. This is just where you throw everything into one bowl, y'all. It's so easy. Okay, we're gonna give the yeast just a minute more, and then we're gonna add that to this. Okay, now it looks like this. We're gonna add in our water and yeast mixture. Okay, we're not gonna mix that in, we'll just pour that in the top, and then we're gonna take it to the mixer. Or we're gonna put it on the mixing stand. All right, we're gonna use the dough hook for this one. Put that on there. We're just gonna turn it on low and let it get all good and mixed together. Okay, now let's go roll it. What you're gonna do is get your dough out. Okay, we're going to knead it just a smidgen. Then we're going to divide it in half. Okay, all right, once you've got it in half, you're going to roll it into a log. Okay, you're gonna take this log, and you're gonna divide it in half. And then each side is gonna be in 3 sections. You're gonna get 6 breadsticks out of 1 log. Like this. They don't have to be perfect, y'all. It does not even matter. I'm just gonna form it like this. And I have 1 small one. I'm gonna put it on a parchment lined paper. Now, obviously, if I'm going somewhere or something, I try to make them all look uniform and all the same size. I'm just squeezing it out. Not even really rolling it much. But if it's just us, y'all, I don't even care. They don't have to be perfect at all. All right, I've got the other one into a log. Now I'm gonna cut it. Got the other one into a log, and now I'm gonna cut this one into 6 pieces. And then we just roll this one. Once I get all these rolled out, I'm gonna let them set and rise for about 45 minutes to an hour. If it's cold in the house, sometimes I will turn on my dehydrator and I'll set them on top of it so they rise a little faster. But it is fairly warm at the moment. And so I'm just gonna leave them, I'll cover them, and then let them rise. And then we'll be back. Okay, so now we're gonna do the gingerbread cookies. They've been chilling. And we've got, and again, freshly washed clean hands. So what I do, get them all about the same size, but you don't have to. But I just use an ice cream scoop. Doop. And I roll it out, or tighten the ball a little bit more. So we have, Levi, you're bumping the stand, baby. Don't touch it. A ball, powdered sugar, dip and roll, dip and roll. Kind of press it into it if you need to. Okay, like so. Can't see that. On a parchment lined baking sheet. And now we're gonna do all these and we're gonna bake them at 350 for 10 minutes.
Nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day to save us all from Satan's power when we were gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy.
Okay, y'all, I am going to take out the second batch of cookies and then I'm going to go out and I have to do feeding up and everything before we do supper because it gets dark so early now. So before I get to the next part of the breadsticks, I'm going to go feed animals and things and then I'll come back in here and we'll do that part. Okay, y'all, I'm out here feeding up and I wasn't going to video feeding up, but I remembered something that I thought of earlier and I wanted to tell y'all because I think it's funny and it's cute. So the little piggies here, this one, the one that I decided to keep, I told you earlier I was going to call her Ingrid, right? Okay, so I call my animals nicknames and things too. So I was talking to her earlier and I was like, Ingrid, little Miss Iggy. And I was like, Miss Iggy. Get it? She's a pig, like Miss Piggy, but it's Miss Iggy. I thought it was cute. So this Ingrid, aka Miss Iggy. I just thought I'd share that with y'all because I thought that was cute. back inside. The breadsticks have risen quite a bit. So what I did here is I took 3 to 4 tablespoons of butter and I melted it and I mixed in garlic powder, salt, and oregano. I don't measure, but I would say if I had to measure, like half a teaspoon of each thing or so. Now you're gonna brush it before you bake it, and then we're gonna brush it again with the rest of it after we bake it. So I'm gonna brush all these, and then I'm gonna put it in a 400-degree oven for 12 to 15 minutes. At the 12-minute mark, you wanna start watching it. You want them to be just golden brown. Okay, I've got supper in the crock pot tonight. We are having sausage, potatoes, and cabbage in the crock pot, and the breadsticks are in the oven. But we are all going to try one of these cookies first, though, aren't we? Mm-hmm. Okay. So, it's thick and yummy. Don't bump the camera, baby. Okay, we're all gonna try a piece. For you. For you. No, I'm gonna try some too, baby. Can't have the whole thing. Okay, let's see. It's not too sweet. Thank you, Levi. I've made these multiple times before, but I mean, we know they're good, but we still have to taste test them, right?
Yep.
You have to taste test every batch. That's just how it goes.
Tastes like Christmas.
I like these because they're not super sweet. They're just like sweet and gingerbread, but not super strong and not super sweet. They're just mildly gingerbread cookies. So now we're gonna do the breadsticks. They're about ready to come out. All right, y'all. Now we're gonna take the rest of our mixture and we're gonna brush it over the top. All right, y'all, look. It is so good. All right, well, we're gonna eat some supper. So I'm gonna say thanks for hanging out with me today, and until next time,
Keep
on the sunny side.
Did I say it right?
Yeah, that was good.